Hello and welcome to Saurav Sir's classes. In this video, we'll be talking about an asymptote. So first things first, let's get to the definition. The definition says that a line L is an asymptote to a curve if the distance from the point P, if the distance from a point P to the line L, line L tends to 0, P tends to infinity, not L tends to 0 as P tends to infinity along some unbounded curve. Now we should note the important parts. We note that first the asymptote is a line, and an asymptote is always to a curve, and the distance from the point P to the line L tends to 0 as P tends to infinity. Right. And we note that this curve should be unbounded. Otherwise, there is no asymptote. Consider the following examples. Consider number 1 is y equals 1 minus x to the power 4 by 2x plus 3. Now y is a rational function. Y is a rational function. By the way, this is the symbol for rational function, where the degree of the numerator is greater than degree of the denominator. So we have that this function right here does not have a slant asymptote. This does not have a slant asymptote as we have limit x tends to infinity, y equals limit x tends to infinity 1 minus x to the power 4 by 2x plus 3 is equal to limit, let's pull this up, x tends to infinity 1 minus x to the power 4 by x. Just simply evaluate the limit and we can find that this is actually the limit, x tends to infinity 1 by x minus x cubed by 2 plus 3 by x, which is equal to minus infinity. And similarly we can derive that when limit x tends to minus infinity, we have this as plus infinity. So this does not have, since as x tends to, the distance tends to, let's look at the definition again, as p tends to infinity, that is x tends to infinity, this has to tend, the distance from the point has to tend to 0, but here we have the distances as plus minus infinity, which is not possible to have an asymptote. Let's just move on to one more short problem. I think we have more time, right? So let write hx, just let me, this is not working properly, I'm not doing something right. In any case, hx is equal to, just understand this as x, right? Hx equals to 10x cubed plus x squared plus 1 by 55x cubed plus 23. This is a rational function as we can see, and the highest power of the, or rather the degree of the numerator is equal to the degree of the denominator. It is not difficult to check that limit x tends to plus minus infinity. If you have done your limits properly, then you will, this is a simple sum, and this will evaluate to 10 by 55. And the equation of the, this is the horizontal asymptote, asymptote, and the equation is y equals to 10 by 55, and that's your answer. Well, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.